Hello, everybody. Welcome into Wagers on Campus. We're talking college football. It is episode number 3 of the 2026 college football season. Let's freaking go. We're 2 weeks away from opening day. What's up, guys? I'm Mayor, and I am here with Xander.
Hello.
Xander, what am I hearing in my headphones?
Just our intro song, a little lo-fi. Yet to get any lyrics to it, but just bringing in some introduction music to ease in from that cold silence.
Okay, King. I see you. How you been, man?
I've been great. Can't complain. Just got back from the gym a little bit ago. Don't really like going in the evenings, but it had to work out like that today. It was jam-packed. Not a fan.
Tuesdays are typically the busiest day here in Florida.
Yeah, it was brutal. I really don't like the evenings at all. Just a lot of unsavory people, probably bad days at work, taking it out on the machines.
Yep.
Not looking to work in sets. Just all business after business. Well, other than that, pretty good. What about you? What have you been up to, brother?
I'm good. Just got back from a trip from Boston. Caught a Red Sox game. They beat the White Sox 14-2. But other than that, it's a good trip, and happy to be back in Florida. Talking ball, 2.5 weeks away from opening day of college football. That is North Carolina versus TCU in Dublin, Ireland, among other games. Burns, I was looking at the schedule today. Looks like we get NC State versus Virginia right after that TCU North Carolina game. So that's pretty interesting, I think.
Yeah, really interesting. Two very interesting quarterbacks on what can happen in a dog shit conference. So could be gems with Bo Prabula and CJ Bailey coming out of there. And someone's going to start off 1-0 and a quick 1-0 in the conference too. So that's a really interesting game.
I agree. I think it'll be a fun 6 or 7 hours of college football. And I don't know what the night game is, if there's like a good night game, but we'll talk about that at another time, huh?
Yeah.
So today, episode number 3, we're gonna be doing some mock drafts. We're going to be doing some rankings, and we're going to be doing some predictions. Oh my. We're going to talk about the best quarterbacks around the country. Our annual all-name team is revealed. Over-under comes back for another week. And really, we're just going to be talking ball. So if you're listening to this episode, what we're going to be doing is talking about a lot of the current players in college football and just getting the juices flowing since we're 17 days away from kickoff. So let's start getting the brains moving and getting in the headspace of college football. What do you say?
Sounds great to me.
Hell yeah. So Burns' corner. What do you have to get off your chest today?
This isn't college football related, but this is our Twitter is going haywire due to this. But some guy posted a screenshot basically resigning from his fantasy football league. Did you see this?
What?
Did you see this guy that resigned from his fantasy football league?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gone viral, and looks like the wife posted it, just like bragging about it. And
yes. Okay, I saw this.
In his resignation, he said, "I've accepted a full-time position as head coach, general manager, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and diaper changing specialist for my newborn daughter." Like, does this guy not know there's 7 billion people on Earth? Everyone's been a baby, bud. Like, there's no special anointment. I get it. It gets hectic. And he ends his message with, "I look forward to returning next year And basically, I just said, enjoy your DC diaper duties. You're out, bud. You're not coming back next year, the year after. You're gone. You can't just leave the league and expect to come back the next year. Am I crazy am I too cynical in those thoughts?
Maybe, but honestly, he deserved it because the message was so corny, just to keep it PG. It was so corny.
Yeah. I'll say it. It was gay. It was incredibly gay.
Whoa.
I mean, it was. It was. It's this, and I would not put this past. This could have been the wife, just literally making this up for clicks.
I kind of think so.
Because it's just a picture of just his text. And there's 2 hearts on it. There's no way the guys are putting 2 hearts on that.
Right.
I will say there is one that has the mind blown emoji, and that is more of up the alley of a guy responding.
Totally. Way more appropriate. I agree. Yeah.
So I saw that and I just thought, am I losing my mind? Am I an evil person? But I think there's ways, especially most leagues you're in as we get older, or just leagues with your closest friends or friends you had growing up, is a way to stay together. And I think there's ways to be able to come together, put your heads together, be like, how can we stay in with a guy that's just having a newborn as the season's about to kick off?
Yeah, totally.
Like whether it's financial or whether it's time, like you just auto draft this year and maybe we'll cut the pot without yours this year and just set your lineup whenever, and it'll be a buy for the most of us.
You getting the new college football game?
No, I don't have a console. I was actually going in reverse. Funny enough, you bring this up. I called my mom the other day to see if storage back home has my PS2 in it still. So I'm trying to dust that boy off. There's some games that caught my eye on the PS2 sphere. I'm a hardware man.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's some awesome games on PS2. What are you thinking?
Just the original Grand Theft Autos, obviously some of the old college football games just kind of have a, I don't know, easier compatibility of play. And just see what else I could find, really. But I guess it's maybe moves slower for my slower brain.
Yeah.
Are you buying the new one as I just shit on the new systems?
I'm not sure, man. I know I have an Xbox around here somewhere. So I just need to find it and actually just, plug it in, get the controller ready to go. And yeah, sure. I'm not opposed to getting the new college football game. Sure. It's awesome. And, to be honest with you, I kind of miss just, maybe spending an hour or 2 a week, just when I'm bored or whatever, just firing it up and playing. Nothing wrong with that.
Put the scrolling down, pick up the sticks. There's studies that shown that a couple hours of video games a week can enhance your brain activity.
Look, people who think that video games is capped off with an age, come on.
No.
Live a little.
I will be buying one for Grand Theft Auto 6. I will say that.
Yeah, I heard that game is, supposed to be the frickin' Odyssey of games.
Yeah, I'll be snapping my bow. I'll be having it ready, bud.
All right. Any college football news from the week that we should get into?
The only thing I saw, and this just continues to reinforce, really what I've been screaming at for anyone that'll listen, is that Texas Tech, as their coach Joey McGuire came out and said, reached out to Texas A&M, a couple other big schools, Power 4, got denied for a non-conference in future years. And it's annoying. It's also unfounded. There's no saying that he couldn't be fibbing or there was a reason, like maybe the other schools already had another big Power 4 on the schedule. But it goes back to just we need to have that rotating Power 4 plays one non-conference against each other every year. I think it's that simple.
It would certainly make things a lot fairer, right?
Yeah.
So teams like Indiana aren't starting the season off 5-0 automatically playing, Indiana State or who have you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's just, if we're going to expand to model the FCS playoffs and get rid of conference championships, it's like teams won't be scared to lose one game anymore, or even two games at that point. Like, we'll be able to actually get some good football. And as it's shown in the past couple of years, um, with teams like Notre Dame, teams like Indiana 2 years ago, when you just cupcake your whole schedule and then you get hit in the mouth off a bye week from some big dogs, you're not ready for that speed. And it's shown year after year. You need to have some of that those challenging games, whether it affects you in the long run or not.
I mean, Indiana didn't have any last year, and they won the Natty.
I mean, they got Ohio State in the Big Ten championship. They played Michigan.
I meant early.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. They don't again this year, but now that conferences are expanded to 9 games, I mean, just throw in one more game. That's all we care about. Keep those other 2 cupcakes on there.
Hey, what'd you think of your boy? I know you love this guy, Josh Pate. Picking Notre Dame to win the SEC if they were a participant in the SEC. What do you think of that?
Wow. I did not see that, so my brain is not even computing because I don't know. Yeah. They would definitely compete. To say that he'd pick them to win is, sure. A lot of people are picking them to win the national title. So, but I would say year in and year out, that's going to be a tough pill to swallow. And I don't know if those boys are ready for that daunting schedule every year.
Very measured and level take from you. I'm a little surprised.
Yeah, I literally did not see that or hear that. So I saw a few other dumb things he had to say. So standing up for the SEC. So I had to hit him with some facts today about Big Ten just dominating start head to toe. Found this out doing a little deep dive. Fun fact, PJ Fleck hasn't lost a bowl game at Minnesota.
I did not know that.
7-0 straight up.
That's insane.
Yeah. So when you talk about, like, let's go further down, it's like you got teams like Minnesota winning both, showing up for bowl season. It's about depth.
Yeah, put some respect on Minnesota's name.
Exactly. Right? Minnesota's whooping Arkansas's ass. They're whooping Auburn. Your lower SEC Auburn. They're whooping your lower. They're just playing hard-nosed football in the late parts of the season that SEC are just too afraid to show up, and that has something to say about the full measure of a team and how you say who's better and who's not.
Exactly. The bad teams in the SEC, they got their money, they're just playing it out.
We're just ball fans. I mean, at the end of the day, we want to see ball, we want to see W's.
You've been talking a little bit of smack about Indiana on Twitter. Seen some of your comments. What's going on there?
I'd hardly say smack. A question was asked into the public of finish this question. This team is overrated, blank. And my response was Indiana. I think, with the amount of talent they lose, they are, I believe, 122nd in returning production percentage. So they lose, obviously, Mendoza. Anytime you lose a huge quarterback, that's going to be a big chunk of your percentage. But they lose Surratt, you lose Pons. Like, at some point, you have to expect, no matter how good you think Cignetti is, and he's a great coach, but continuously reloading and getting new guys into new systems without continuity, you have to think a swing and a miss is going to be coming. And maybe a swing and a miss is 4 losses, like nothing crazy, or 3 losses. But as the 6th-ranked team right now with a lot of moving parts, I just think Indiana's in what their schedule is going to be mid-season. I think they're going to be in for a tough road.
It's hard to do it 2 years in a row at that level. right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can still be really, really, really good, but lose a couple games. So
Yeah,
I'm in.
I think they go at Nebraska, Michigan, or Ohio State at Michigan as a three game span, and then they have USC as well.
Okay. Anything else from a news standpoint?
No, pretty calm. Calm before the storm. Let's just continue hoping for our guys to have good health. By our guys, that's everyone in college football.
Oh, speaking of that, this is some news. Didn't Belichick's son go on medical leave or something?
I saw that.
Defensive coordinator?
Yeah. It said undisclosed from what I briefly saw, so I didn't really dive too far deep into the caring
Sure.
to know
Yeah.
any further about that.
Well, thoughts and prayers. Hope all is well there.
OD'd on dip. Guy's still throwing in big chaws for sure. He is laughing in the face of the Zen population.
Oh, is he? I didn't even
Has
realize
to be,
that.
dude. He's always just ripping just a fistful of chaw down at the bottom.
Him and Danny Campbell.
Yeah, for sure.
So, where should we start today? Episode 3, college football preview. We're getting close to the season. Where do you want to kick us off?
Well, I compiled some QB rankings, so let's talk quarterbacks.
Oh yeah, everyone's favorite subject, the quarterback.
Exactly. Talk a little QB.
Julian saying last.
Last. This guy.
Guys carried by an elite defense and unbelievable skill players.
You're right. He is an unbelievable skill player. But we'll start off with the first-year quarterbacks, aka could be a freshman, could be a guy coming in for his first year that signed with the team, or it could be a transfer into a new team. And these are the guys that I singled out as the top 10 players coming into this season on the new team. Starting off number 10, Walker Eagett, coming over to Duke. He was playing at San Jose State. Last year was Scutero. Unfortunately, Scutero went to Colorado, didn't follow him to Duke. But incredible arm. There should be a good plug and play for an archetype like Mensa had, where they can still continue to move the ball. So excited to see that. Lincoln Kleinholtz was waiting in the wings at Ohio State, and just too much talent came in, and he just had to be let go. That's one you hate to see. He was a 5-star recruit himself. Big white guy.
Jeff Brom.
Yep. But he's with Jeff Brom now in a very elite Louisville offense. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets his first run under the helm. And then DJ Lagway at Baylor will be the first 3. And we'll talk about the rest of the list, but I'll pause and see what you think. But Lagway at Baylor is interesting because Aranda on the last show we talked about is firmly on the hot seat. Lagway didn't work out the way Florida wanted. It's just a joining of two forces. Basically, let's see what we got, and if we fail, it's probably GG's, as the kids say. But if not, it could be something special for Baylor this year.
Well, the thing that stood out to me last year about Baylor is that they had an excellent quarterback in Sawyer Robertson.
Yeah.
Offense wasn't the problem there, at least passing the ball. It was defense related were their issues. And so, yeah, I mean, even if DJ Lagway comes in and continues to keep it going, Baylor's going to need to make some improvements just as a whole. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. Need to be able to run the ball consistently. They just need more, because when you get into those run and shoot offenses, you tire out your defense. You're playing against yourself unless you can go out and get a couple stops and just pile up some points early, and then you can kind of control through the air on shorter routes and longer drives.
Do you buy that DJ Lagway will be facing easier defenses in this new conference than he did in the SEC?
Yes, absolutely. Although they do start out hot with Auburn. So right back to the Auburn, Florida. He will have familiarity there. But two guys that we really liked, and one's down there, number 4. So Byron Brown, DJ Lagway play week 1.
Yeah, that must be the second game of like the doubleheader series, because I remember they played last year in Waco in that Friday night game when what was the Auburn's quarterback name? The guy who could run, the athletic kid. He had some big runs in that game. Forget his name off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lagway's interesting. I'm cheering for him. I hope he gets well coached over there and has success. I mean, I like his character.
Yes, for sure. And so picking up 7 through 5 would be your boy, Mayer's number 1 guy of 2025. Did not work out the way he expected, but now he's getting under different tutelage. Hottest coach in the world, Josh Hoover at Indiana.
Disrespectful. Number 7.
It'll be interesting. Yeah.
Kidding me?
Yeah.
Kidding me?
Goes off the talent of his own. I see him more as a player that's going to need some work, some discipline, and he should be able to get that in. But a Indiana front line that's also reloading, we'll see. Rocco Becht traveling with his coach to Penn State. I just like that connection. I like Matt Campbell's belief in Rocco and having a quarterback that you've been with for 4 years already. Solid. And then Darian Mensah, I think he's hidden in the ACC. And then Tulane, I don't see him as a national level competing quarterback, as everyone is kind of having Miami already suited back right back into the national championship contention. But I still think that he's a good player, and that's why I have him at number 5. So those are 7 through 5.
I mean, how much is Mensah going to really be asked to do for Miami to, lose one game all year?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they do have a decent ACC schedule. Throw Notre Dame in there for that back half of that matchup.
Yep.
And, obviously they return Fletcher. They get Tony. I'm still concerned about Tony's full ability as a wide receiver.
Kadarius.
Malachi, dude. But yeah, he's an incredible talent speed-wise, but a little undersized. But that can work in college. And then obviously they lose 2 of the best defensive players in the entire college football landscape that they have to reload with. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about QBs. So I still think he's up there, top 5 for first-year starters.
Is there something about his game that you feel like is just lacking? Like, why do you think he's not championship caliber? I'm just curious.
I don't know. It's just maybe he doesn't fit the archetype. It's like this big, overly sized build of a guy who's supposed to be just able to sit in the pocket and just rip it around. And so I don't know if I trust him like being tested so far in his career on the bigger stage. If they do easily get to the college football playoff, that's going to be the toughest test he's had, because Duke really played no one last year, and they ended up winning the ACC, but with 5 losses.
Yeah, it's a good point.
He had an incredible TD to interception ratio, so I like his headspace, but again, the schedule they had was one of the worst you'll ever see.
Sure. All right. Good answer. And 4 through 1.
Yeah, rounding out. Yeah, Byron Brown, talked about him coming over with his coach, Alex Golish. That's going to be a fun watch. Auburn needs revitalization. Mestamaker, also, same thing, coming over with his coach. He's in the big leagues now, a.k.a. Power 4. Not saying Oklahoma State is the big leagues, but he'll be able to get a lot more of a test. He has a great wide receiving core. And then Colton Joseph. This is a guy we've highlighted a few times early in the season last year. He's coming from Old Dominion. He's a quarterback that should be the most exciting Wisconsin's seen in a long time. This guy is a winner. He knows how to survive. He reminds me of like I don't know, just an elusive but not fast quarterback, and kind of like a Mahomes elusive, not arm or anything. After the escapability, that's where the comparison ends. And Sam Levitt, love this kid. 2 years ago was extremely special. Last year, a little disappointing, injury plagued. Like him and Lane Kiffin together, it's going to be exciting. I think those are that's a very what do you say? I don't know, controversial 2 and 3, but Sam Levitt, it's pretty solidly locked into number one.
Yeah, Levitt, sure. Colton Joseph, man, talk about controversy, dude. So if we checked out like other college football writers, would they have Colton Joseph this high? I doubt it.
No.
So you're just planting your flag and making a take.
Yeah. Again, like I talked about on Friday, Wisconsin's closing schedule is one of the easier ones you'll ever see in the Big Ten, with Rutgers, Maryland, Purdue, and Minnesota. Throw in Iowa and UCLA as 6 of the last 7 games. Iowa trash. Kidding. But it's a favorable schedule, and they've been dying to have a quarterback, for fuck's sake. They've had all these names that people have assumed were going to be good, but like Billy Edwards, who's now at UNC, and watch Belichick turn him into something, and then all this Colton Joseph hype will be completely misfounded because it was all Fickle's fault anyway. But I don't see it that way, and I see a Wisconsin team that has some good bones to it. Team that has really just needed a quarterback to bail them out of some 3rd and longs, to bail them out, and not just and get them back to be able to run the ball. And if you just are not scared of the quarterback, people are going to put 9 people in the box, for fuck's sake. So that's why I just really like the matchup of who it is and what he can do, the ceiling for this team that's in the basement.
Yeah. Yeah, nice list, man. Nice list.
Yeah, thanks. So let's talk about, and there's actually, in this transfer portal era, as I was making this next list, surprising amount of guys that are back. And you're going to see some big names here. And it was fun making this list. So we'll start at the top again. We'll just go 10 through 8. Mason Heinschel came in, just true freshman, feet to the fire, and he really stepped up. Really impressed with what he did, and then what he's probably going to be able to do with how weak of a schedule they have. Kevin Jennings, he's set to break SMU's all-time passing record for yards. I think he's only like 1,400 yards away. So he's still around, as we remember after
Dog.
that. Yeah, Penn State. He's a dog. And then Damon Williams. I don't think Damon Williams is getting talked about enough across the country.
Agreed.
I think he's an incredible talent. I think he just first-year starter last year with a underwhelming team, and he made that team so much better than they should have been. And I expect a ton more after just experience for him to grow.
Agreed. Really strong top 3 guys. Yep.
Thank you. 7 through 5. 7, CJ Carr. Heisman favorite.
Oh, man.
Heisman favorite.
7.
But, I mean, he's tied with like 3 other guys. There's not really a Heisman favorite when we're talking plus 700. CJ Carr. Every game he played against a formidable opponent last year, he turned the ball over. Not something I want to see when you have an easy-ass schedule and then first thing that happens when you play good teams, coughing it up. Don't want to see it. So I need to see more. 6, John Mateer. I can't leave my guy out. He's uninjured. He's an incredible talent.
Healthy.
Let's just make sure he can stay healthy, and he's probably going to get a Heisman bet from me again. And then number 5, Trinidad Chambliss. And I might as well throw in 4 because here's why these guys are in the middle and not at the top. I think you could see the trend there. Chambliss, incredible first season, but like he's a little rough around the edges, as we saw. I mean, it works out for you in college football. This isn't a quarterback evaluation for where they're going to draft it in the NFL. And then number 4 would be Arch Manning. I mean, we're like splitting hairs here on what this ranking list would actually be. But when we have Arch, he started off so poorly last year that you have to take that into consideration when we're talking about Arch and how poorly he started. But he finished so strong that it looks like something finally clicked, and that could have been what opened the floodgates on finally reaching that Manning pinnacle.
Sorry, I had to leave the podcast. I think my internet is really shitty.
Oh no! Did a gator bite the line or something?
Maybe. Am I sounding okay, or is this choppy?
You're very choppy.
Oh, great. All right. I'm gonna exit. Try to fix this.
All right. You want me to finish the segment and you figure that out?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. All right. So let's just get into the others. We'll get his thoughts about the 10 QBs when he comes back. But the other 3, they've earned it. Best conference in the country. 3 Big Ten quarterbacks. Jaden Maivia at 3, Dante Moore at 2, Julian Sayin at 1. I think Dante Moore and Julian Sayin probably could go 1A, 1B. Incredibly interesting decision for Dante Moore to come back. They are going to reload. They've got tons of speed on the outside. And he's another guy that really started to pick it up towards the end of the season. And Julian Sayin finally got tested and got punched in the mouth by a tough Miami defense and a banged-up Ohio State offense of line. Ohio State now has potentially the best offensive line in the entire country. So we shall see what that correlates to. In my view, he's just progressed every single year. I need him to turn the ball over a little less, but with what I'm projecting on what this kid's ceiling could be Heisman, could be national championship. He could be the next great USC quarterback. And it's incredible just to see that longevity there in this day and age. So there's my view. Dante Moore, Julian Sayin. That's your top 10 returning quarterbacks for the 2026 college football season. And since we have a fully functioning mayor back,
hello.
Let's just get the overarching view. Final list. What are your thoughts on some of these guys?
Well, I think this is a list of very, very talented quarterbacks. I think CJ Carr is disrespected on this list. I think you're giving a little too much credit to the USC guy. Not to say that the upside isn't there, but number 3, wow. And are we sure that Dante Moore deserves to be number 2, Burns? I mean, come on. He played on a great team last year. Come on. What is Dante Moore so great at? You know?
Yeah, I mean 30 and 10 splits. He was good. He's got just as good, if not better, supporting cast this year. Evan Stewart back. Evan Stewart might be our new what's the Utah quarterback's name that I'm
Devin Dampier?
No. That was always in or out every week.
Oh, yeah. Of course, legend. Gardner Minshew, light.
Yeah, him. Anyway, yeah. So it'll be interesting to see if you notice.
Cam Rising.
Thank you. If you notice, top 3 Big Ten quarterbacks, in my opinion, top 3 SEC, and that's why Notre Dame right there after those two get their respect.
Yeah. I mean, just some unbelievable names on this list. So, yeah, I mean, some really, really good top returning quarterbacks. Didn't even mention Mr. Stetson Bennett.
Gunnar Stockton.
Gunnar Stockton. Woo!
Yep. Stetson coming back would be fine with me, according to my eligibility models. But yeah, Gunnar Stockton, another guy similar to Mensa. I don't know. I feel like he's what you were just trying to argue with more, in my eyes, a complete product of his team. And I don't see the help there as much as past Georgia quarterbacks have had. And I'm just not a Gunnar Stockton believer.
Yeah.
I'd rather be selling that stock than buying.
And no Marcel Reed love.
Absolutely not. Always out on Marcel Reed and anything Texas A&M puts on the football field.
No Bryce Underwood love.
Yeah, bottom 10 quarterbacks. I can churn that list out pretty quickly.
Oof. And what about the Cal kid? The kid that looks like Mahomes.
Thank you. Honorable mention for sure. Again, ton of great returning talent. And he was right there, up there, just squeezing off the list, along with CJ Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
We mentioned that at the top of the show. I think he's progressed really well. And you just got to hope that the progression for these kids as they're getting from 18-year-old, because CJ Bailey was a true freshman coming in, to now 21-year-old, is just as long as we're trusting that he's working on the game as much as it seems like he is from the last couple seasons, he's just going to be better.
I mean, the guy is athletic specimen.
Yeah. Yep. 100%.
All right. Great. Where to next?
On Friday, we rolled out an over-under segment. I also did a this or that, but I just brought a few over-unders for this show. Thought that we could talk about, see thoughts. Oh, shit. We will get to that. But I almost forgot it's our 2026 rollout here. Drum roll. Of the all-name team.
Oh, yeah.
How could I forget?
Cash cheeks.
The all-name 2026 team from Wagers on Campus. Just an incredible group of guys here. You know, whether they're starters or on the bench, their names are on the back of their jersey. And we respect that. And we want to give them a little love here at Act Sports HQ. Going down this list, a couple names that pop out to you that are maybe some of your favorites.
Yeah, man. Cash cheeks at tight end. That's insane. Offensive lineman Guzzi Kayed. What?
The MAC produced some gems this year. We got 3 on the O-line alone.
A real classic, Grant Bierman. Just a classic.
Grant Bierman and Ashton Beers, obviously Rocky Beers, but he was not first team. Rocky Beers can't beat Cash Cheeks, dude.
Cash Cheeks is MVP, right? The realist, Clark.
Yep. He's up there, rounding out the offense. Lunch Winfield, incredible name. God's Power. in Naui. Sorry. Thank you for your service. Army running back. Speaking of Army, just a quick one-off. Did you know that their recruiting class isn't released until like basically they are enrolled and on campus like for the summer,
No.
just as protection because they're going into the military service. So they don't release recruiting stats like they would for another program we already talked in years past. So there's no transfer portal for these boys. So
When you really think about it, just the fact that the service academies have football teams that play D1, just that alone is mind-blowing.
it is. And can be competitive.
Yeah.
River Peppers, running back.
River.
Nitro Tuggle, one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And then we have
It's like a Starbucks order.
seriously Chance Mantooth, Dorothy's son, possibly. Anchorman throwback there. That one caught me. Aitor Euron Buraichia. This guy's last name is legitimately 22 letters long. King Large. I mean, for an O lineman, that's not a nickname. That's King Large, brothers.
Yeah.
Bob Gunn III. Sounds like a wrestler. And that being the kicker, probably coolest name on the team.
Bob
Gunn. Defense went Odyssey here on the front end. Legend Journey and Hero Canoe.
Yeah.
Top of show, very relevant. Happy Smith. I'm going to throw a good one in there. Fat Forrest as a linebacker. Incredible. And then see if you catch this one. 5 Hamilton.
Alexander.
Hamilton's on the 5.
Ah. Good.
Come on.
Good.
So that one's pretty good.
Shout out, Mom.
Personal favorite as well of Seinfeld episode where they talk about naming their children after numbers. 7. Tokyo Gordon. R.I.P. Paul Walker. Sounds like a Fast and Furious character. Buddy Rowe Guerrer. Buddy Rowe.
Hey, Buddy Rowe. Get your ass over here, Buddy Rowe.
Exactly. Deuce Blades the second. Just pretty cool name. Kal-El. That's Superman's name. Kal-El. So that's more of a hat tip towards the nerds out there that cross over the small Venn diagram. There's actually probably a very big Venn diagram. And then D-Icy Hopkins at safety. Incredible name.
Crazy.
D-Icy. And then Stone Springman as your punter.
Very well done. This is a hell of a list.
Hey, thanks. I just put it together. These guys just live it, man. Incredible names.
Love it.
Good for that, man. Let's see here. Now the next segment is over-unders. How about that?
Yep.
So first over-under. It's an interesting one. I think we've talked about it every year. Over-under 2.5 undefeated teams this year, Alex.
Well, with
regular season.
Sure. With parity on the rise in all sports, I'm going to go under 2.5.
That's fair. Last 2 years, aka the first 2 years of the expanded playoffs, there's been one. One at the end of each season. Indiana last year, Oregon the year before. Ohio State had 2 losses going into their national championship run. The year before that, though, when it was Michigan, Georgia, Alabama, there were 4 undefeated teams end of the regular season. And then it's tiptoed around 2, 1, going back probably 7, 8 years. So this year, I put it at 2.5, though, because of the split from the Mountain West and the Pac-12. I think there's some teams like UNLV, North Dakota State, or Boise State. Boise does open with Oregon, though, so that's interesting. But other teams like San Jose State that could work their way through those conferences undefeated, depending on their non-conference. I like North Dakota State 12-1 to go undefeated this season. Come in hot. But other than that, I'd probably say over this year, but I'd probably set your line at probably minus 250 for the under.
Got it. Yeah.
Over under one positional Heisman finalist. If we're going 4 guys sitting there in New York in December.
Boy. Great question. You know what? I'm going to say over. I'm going to say between Jeremiah Smith is the obvious one. You know, maybe one of the running backs like Hardy or the kid from Ole Miss.
Lacey.
Yeah, I'm gonna say over on that one.
I like that. Thank you for not sitting on the poll there and saying I like it spot on 1. Because I also agree. I think let's go over. Let's agree on this one. Let's go over Jeremiah Smith. Potentially some other wide receivers that you could throw in there that could easily make their way to New York in a obviously would be pretty unique from a quarterback standpoint. And then could this be a year like if there's a defensive performance from like Colin Simmons coming up on Texas and they're undefeated and he's got like, we're talking the single season sack record, maybe he's invited. So there's a lot of outliers this year that could be pulling up.
Last year, was it just Jeremiah Love?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I think that's spot on.
Okay.
All right, final one. Over under 7.5 games for Jeremiah Smith, Triple Crown. Let me pull it up for those of you not knowing what that means. Basically, Jeremiah Smith, he is where the fuck did it go? Oh my gosh. AI has betrayed me.
No.
It just had it nice and neat for me earlier. So basically he's 9 touchdowns. He's like 400 or 600 yards away and like 43 catches away from leading all those Triple Crown categories all time at Ohio State. So I think the longest will be 9 touchdowns will probably be the longest, but 43 catches, and it's seriously like, I don't know, 400, 500 yards. We'll go pretty quickly for him. So 7.5 games for Jeremiah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I think he gets the receptions and the yards, like you said. The touchdowns is going to be the tough one. He might have a crazy year, though. So you know what? Let's go 7.5. Let's go under. Let's just say he goes crazy. He goes cuckoo.
Freshman year started off the season with 7 straight games with a touchdown, including 2 in his first game ever. So that's 8 tutties in his first 7 games.
Yep. No more Carnell Tate to take those receptions from Jeremiah.
Just the number 1 receiver in last year's class to come in, Chris Henry, and then Brandon Ennis and Brock Boyd, the little white scat wide receiver. It'll be interesting for sure.
Big time.
Now, I also say under. I think this is going to be pretty incredible. Now, I pose this question to you because this is really, really stretching out there as hypotheticals. So he gets the Triple Crown at Ohio State for all of the wide receivers that have gone through there.
Yeah.
But he was like the number 1 talked about recruit for years, not just the year leading up to him coming. Like from his basically sophomore year of high school. It's like, oh, is Jeremiah Smith going to flip? Like he's been locked into Ohio State X amount of years, one of the top rated recruits ever. If he goes on, wins the Triple Crown, say he's invited and maybe finishes second, but God forbid he wins the Heisman. And then Ohio State, go on to win a second national championship in his tenure there. Is he the best college football player ever? Because of the standards and hype that he had coming in and living up to it, could there even be anyone close to comparable to live up to that same hype?
Wow, what a question. No, I don't think I could say he's the best ever, but I'm not trying to throw shade on him.
I
Wow.
wouldn't take it as shade. It's quite a question to ask. And it would be a stretch. I mean, there's so many players that came through this sport, and my only thought process behind that is that's a lot of boxes to check, and I can't compare a number one recruit with his stature to actually following through with that resume. Is why I would think he would definitely be in the conversation for me.
Where's Jeremiah from?
Florida.
Because when you give that example, I think LeBron.
Seriously. But you'll always have that Archie Griffin like attaining what no one else has done in the sport. 2 Heismans. And like you have such a short window, so 2 Heismans is just such a unbelievable just task at hand to compare any other players to. And there's obviously been so many great players like Barry Sanders' stats, as we saw with Genty 2 years ago. When you bring back Barry Sanders' stats, it's just fucking insane what he did in a 11-game span. Like there's a ton of Ricky Williams, Vince Young, Reggie Bush. I mean, all just newer guys, but yeah, I just think he will put his name up there and names that would be rattled off for sure. Can you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. 100%. But Jeremiah, just for clarification, he's never won a Heisman yet, right?
No.
Okay. Because you were saying 2 Heismans, so I got lost in that.
Sorry. No, I was just saying that you think of like all-time greats, Archie Griffin is automatically mentioned because he has 2 Heismans.
Got it.
And that if you set that level, it's really hard to argue against because he accomplished it in a 4-year span. And
yeah,
not many guys are going to be able to get a swing at that. Usually Manziel had 2 cracks at it. Caleb Williams had 2 cracks at it. It's like not many freshmen are winning these days. Or really were.
Did Tebow win 2?
No.
Just one?
He had a crack at it as well.
Wow.
Yep. Tebow did not win 2. Come on. So, yeah, I think under as well. I think Jeremiah Smith and everyone comes out swinging. So, that'll be fun to watch. A lot of history there starting off the season.
Hey, is Marv a bust, or is he going to finally come through for the Cardinals?
I would have to say that he is not a bust, and that when the Cardinals find their franchise QB, he's going to have a renaissance. Jacoby Brissett just found his guy. He's Michael Wilson guy, and guys like Jacoby, once they lock in on their guys, McBride and Wilson, there is no third option for him.
All right, fair enough.
Marvin Harrison will like end up on the Chiefs, and it'll be like the Brady second run, or like Mahomes just gets Marvin Harrison for dirt cheap, and just like Moss and Brady hooking up again.
Yeah, you could see it for sure.
There's Marvin Harrison for his 22nd touchdown of the year.
For the record, I'm not out on Marv. He's going into year 3. Let's see if he can take a leap this year.
I agree. What do you say we do a little drafting, buddy?
Yeah, let's do it.
And I'll bring up a key here for you, so you have a little bit of reference points on what we're talking about for top 25. So I thought it'd be interesting if we draft 2 ways. We each draft 5 teams. First, teams you see on this list that won't be in the top 25 at the end of the season. So we'll reference coach's poll because that's what's out, and this is what you're looking at right now. And then on the back end, we'll draft 5 teams that you don't see on that list that will be in the top 25 for the season.
Okay.
And then we'll finish out this fun exercise with a Heisman draft because there will be some futures attached to it where we'll each be drafting 5 guys, 1 favorite, 2 mid-tier, and 2 long shots.
Okay. All right.
And we'll monitor that throughout the season. So for this one, do you want to go snake or do you just want to go bang for bang?
We can do snake. I like snake.
Okay. So you can go. I'll let you pick which one you want to go first for this one or the second one.
I'll go second on this
For
one.
for this one.
Mhm.
Okay. So for my first pick of who is going to be out of the top 25 looking in, I'm going to take the Utah Utes.
Okay. With my first pick, teams in the top 25 that will not be in the top 25 come season end. Ole Miss.
Whoa. Just going up there and grabbing one, huh?
Why not?
I love it. Any particular reason? Just quickly. Don't have to expound on every single pick, but just love to hear the thoughts.
Big time coaching change, coming off a big time season with high expectations in a conference that has many teams looking to rebound, and also just a very, very tough conference in general.
Yeah. I like it.
Next.
Yeah, you're the snake.
Yep. SMU.
Ooh. Okay. I disagree, but we're picking off a small list. Someone had to probably take them.
Yeah.
Okay. My next pick will be Houston.
Fuck. I should have just stuck my gut.
Yeah. Connor Wegman's still there. No fucking chance. I don't like them there at all. And then my next pick is probably going to be Iowa. Again, just question mark at quarterback. Once again, this is like for any Midwestern listeners of Tigers fandom from like the Miguel Cabrera era where they could just never get a relief pitcher. Just so many World Series capable teams, and then just the bullpen was the Achilles heel. It's like Iowa football, just never being able to get a quarterback. So I've got Utah, Iowa, Houston.
Okay. Give me Tennessee.
Good.
And give me, screw it, I'll do it. Penn State.
I think that's fair. They were probably going to be, if you weren't going to take them, I was. A lot of question marks, a lot of Iowa State players. It's like we talked about on the last show we were both on. I think Matt Campbell just needs time to get his full recruiting fingerprints on this team with a larger bankroll. That's going to take a year or two.
Yeah.
Okay, for my last two, I will go. Let's go shock value. I'm going to go Miami. Oh. I think the ACC is the biggest question mark out of the big four, big power four. And like I said, I'm not the biggest Mensa guy, and Cristobal may have won a couple playoff games, but I'm still not the biggest Cristobal guy. And then with my final pick, like a lot of these teams, I think it's just to prove it to me. God keep him. I'll just keep a lot towards the bottom. Give me Clemson.
Sure. Yeah. I think that's probably who I was going to go with as well.
Freshman quarterback.
Yep. For my final pick, I will go with we'll go with USC.
Wow. Okay. Not a Lincoln Riley believer.
I had to pick.
You did. So for those listening at home, my teams I don't believe we'll be in the top 25 at the end of the season from the preseason rankings are Houston, Clemson, Iowa, Utah, and Miami.
And for myself, I'm going with Ole Miss, USC, Penn State, Tennessee, and SMU.
Yeah. And if we can recall last year, Penn State was up there, what, number 2?
Yeah, they sure were.
Missed a bowl. Yeah. So there is some drops on here. It might not look preseason like this looks like a pretty solid line, but trust me, there's going to be some letdowns in here. There is every year. So with that being said, how about our finishing strong draft? Teams that you don't see on this graphic that will be coming in. I like this. I've got my eye on some teams that I don't see here. I'm going to be interesting to see if you pick them up. So you lead us off. Who do you think will be finishing in top 25?
Yeah, good question. Give me Florida.
Okay. Some are all coming in.
Some are all coming in. As I talked about 2 weeks ago, expectations are high, coming off a bad season, new energy to the program. Florida finds their way back into the top 25.
Okay. I like that. I like that a lot. Give me Pitt. Quarterbacks on my top 10 for a reason. I just like the way their schedule lines up in quarterback play. I think that they could be a potential playoff team. And so that would mean they're comfortably top 25. And then for my second team, also on my quarterback list, give me Louisville. I just think they're fully stacked, that they can cover for the first-year quarterback, and I just think Kleinholtz is talented enough and has seen enough progression through Ohio State for 3 years that he's going to fit in fine.
Yeah, it's a good pick. I was going to go with them as well. With my second pick, top 25, we've talked about them a bit. Give me NC State. Remember how high the expectations were for NC State a couple of years ago, and they fell flat on their face? Well, I think they get back this year. CJ Bailey, we've talked about him a lot. He's in an easy conference, or a weaker conference, I should say. So, sure, why not? NC State cracks into the top 25 by year's end.
I like that.
Yeah. And with my next pick, let's go with your boys, North Dakota State.
Oh, fuck. That's a great pick. Fuck. It's definitely on my list. Probably going to be taking them next.
Ooh, why not?
I like it. Really, really soft schedule. They get to play UNLV. I think will be their main competitor there. And I think the committee will be, for some reason, just people love North Dakota State. Maybe it's that color combination or the Fargo Dome. But, like, that's one of the only smaller market teams that gets, like, respect by the bigger media.
It's true. Probably because of all the championships that they've won recently.
That's true. That's very true. That will segue perfectly into mine, Boise State.
Yeah.
Similar program. I think they're, Pac-12. They are clearly the class of the Pac-12. Pac-8. We're getting closer to 12, man. One of these years, we're going to be fully revived. Boise, and then, they have Maddox Madsen, Sire Gaines. They're returning a lot of good talent. See if they can stay healthy. And then I'm going to stay on the West Coast. I like Arizona. Fafita, one of the best players in the country. Again, long-term stay. One of the best players then, of course, in the Big 12. They're at BYU and at Texas Tech, but other than that, they have a really favorable Big 12 schedule. And so we're just talking about ranking. We're not talking about playoffs here. I could see them finishing like between 20 and 25.
Yeah. My final two picks. Give me Cal.
Like it.
Just because they have such a talented quarterback, teams like that could possibly go on a run. Again, ACC, winnable games. And this one you won't like, but give me Northwestern with Chip Kelly as the OC, Braun as the head coach, a brand new stadium. Let's put some respect on the Wildcats' name. Top 25 incoming. Let's go. Do you see
my God.
You see they got a $35 million gift from a family today?
No, I did not.
Yeah, donation over the next 3 years, 35 mil infused into the program. So not big news to a big shot like you, but big news for me.
That's a great. I mean, they are going to be the next Indiana. You can mark that down, clip that. That stadium is literally going to draw in donor backing from one of the richest donor bases in the entire football landscape.
Yeah.
So I would fully expect Northwestern to be good within a decade. That's like competing in playoffs all the time.
Music to my ears. All right.
That'd be pretty sick. And then maybe just as ugly if maybe other people aren't seeing what I'm seeing. But again, the schedule is so weak, especially down the stretch to just climb into the top 25. Give me Wisconsin.
Whoa. Love it.
I mean, they have teams like Western Illinois, Eastern Michigan, a very rebuilding Michigan State at home, UCLA, Rutgers, Purdue, Maryland, and Minnesota. They get all the bottom tier Big Ten teams this year. Avoid a lot of big names. So I think 8-4 is definitely going to have them ranked.
I love that pick. Let's get Wisconsin back to the prominence that they should be at. They used to be a proud football school. Let's get them back there. Come on, guys.
And week 1, Sunday night, against Notre Dame at your Lambeau Field.
Lambeau. Yeah, I saw the spread is like 17.
20.
Oof.
But the last time they played at Lambeau, big upset.
LSU.
That's right. And they were big 2-touchdown dogs in that as well.
Yeah.
So Mr. Sleepy September, Marcus Freeman, better be ready to go up there.
For sure. Are we disrespecting Vanderbilt?
No, but I'm glad you brought that up. It's all question mark behind quarterback. Clark Lee has a ton of guys that have been with him for his entire tenure on that defense. So he's building up these 3 stars, and I have full faith in that defense competing. But Jared Curtis being a true freshman, 5-star quarterback coming in, like that's something, and he hasn't officially been announced yet. So that's what gives me hesitation to Vanderbilt even being bowl eligible, to be honest.
How about TCU?
Team I haven't really taken a dive deep in yet. Do you have any thoughts on them?
No, I don't. No. And how about Auburn?
Auburn's interesting. Goalish. Just a great young football mind. And then Byron Brown, we know, is Electric City. It's just all about what he can get out of that defense. Much more reliable quarterback play. But losing Cam Coleman to Texas, brutal. I just don't like the wide receiving core and players around Brown. Feels like it's just USF, SEC, and that's not a good combination.
Nebraska?
Potential. I do like Nebraska a lot. Based on their schedule. Let me pull it up here. Nebraska football schedule. So they start off just brutal MAC schedule, Ohio and Bowling Green, classic. North Dakota, they're learning from the other red team in the Big Ten, Indiana, on this schedule.
We got it.
They go Michigan State and Maryland. So they should be 5-0. to hosting Indiana on October 10th. And then they go to Oregon, so that's the meet. Then they bring in Washington, but a down Illinois, Rutgers, get Ohio State, and end at Iowa. Fully could be a 9-3 team, and they could steal one from Indiana, maybe Washington. No more Raiola distraction. Like, what is that?
They're losing to Sparty in week 4. Is that game in East Lansing?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. You think Pat Fitzgerald is losing on home ice to Nebraska?
Dude, he's losing home, away, neutral. He's losing on outer space ice. They're losing to Toledo week 1. Come on, kid.
All right, last one. Virginia Tech.
No. Same thing with Campbell. Give Franklin a year. But I thought you were going to say Virginia, and that's an interesting one with Bo Prabula, and Virginia is definitely one I could see in the top 25.
Okay, last one. Florida State.
Ooh. This is really interesting, too. I like what Florida State brings to the table. Again, athletic-wise, like Norvell had a 2-year span where he was fucking 25-2. Like it was there. Now it's not. This is at Florida State. I don't know if it's just Norvell curse, just one of those things where you just know it's going to happen, aka they lose disappointing games. Thought the hype was back after beating Alabama last year. Listen, I like everything that they have in front of them. So I think they could finish the year top 25. And it helps that they play in the weak ACC.
Yeah. No doubt.
Do you think that they could?
Absolutely. They always have the athletes. They have disappointed relative to expectations. And this is a huge year. This is a huge year for the program in a weak conference. So, of course.
They bring in Ashton Daniels. That's who you were talking about at Auburn, right?
Yes. No, it wasn't Ashton. It was, dude. He was a white quarterback, but quick and athletic, who threw his body around like a rag doll. And it's amazing he didn't get a concussion a game.
Damn, how are we not remembering this gritty guy?
Yeah.
I'll figure it out for you, producer.
Okay.
I'll get it for you. It wasn't Shell Tumor of 1892, was it? Hank Brown, Jackson Arnold. There it is.
Yeah.
Jaxie boy.
Remember him?
Yeah, he's at UNLV.
Interesting.
Yeah, he should be fine there in that conference.
Mm-hmm.
That actually is going to be fun watch for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go on to the next.
Yes, please.
All right, wrapping up. This is one I love. Get that coach's poll out of here. Get the graphics back. The Heisman draft. So what should the precedent be for favorites? Since the favorite for the Heisman is
CJ Carr.
No, I'm saying plus 700 on DraftKings. So should we say anything below 40 is the favorite?
Anything below 40 is the favorite? Sure.
Favorite pool of players we can draft from. And then 40 to 100 is the mid-tier. And then 100 and above is long shot.
Odds.
Yes.
Got it.
Is that fair?
Yeah, it's fine.
You don't have to draft in any particular order. You just have to follow those rules. You get one favorite, 2 mid-tier, and 2 long shots.
All right.
I'll let you decide again. Do you want to go first or second?
I'll go second.
Okay. That's great. Thank you for leaving me my guy. I will take with the number 1 overall pick Jaden Maivia.
Jeez, what are you, Rob Manfred, pronouncing Rock Chalowski?
I did just go full reset there.
It's like Manfred. Chalowski's only been the number one prospect for 2 years, and when you get your moment on the mic, you can't even pronounce his fucking name correctly.
Yeah, maybe that's not a good sign. But that's my guy. Been on him since the end of last season. He falls into the favorite category. So I'm going to take him, even though I know he was probably not on Mayor's big board.
Who did you pick?
Jaden Maivia, 25-1.
Look, man, with the first overall pick for Alex Mayer, give me Arch Manning.
Hell yeah.
I mean, you and I both know, we can like admit this on air. Like, just level with me for a second. You and I both know that Arch is going to win the Heisman this year, right? Like, it's already kind of written in the stars, right?
Tough schedule, Alex, but we've talked about it before. Heisman's have been won with 4 losses, so.
In all seriousness, I just think he already has a big thing going for him, which is the attention and the hype. Everyone, they're just dying for some Arch success, some Texas success.
Exactly. So. You know what? Let's actually do a switch up here since we both drafted favorites. Let's get 2 favorites, 2 mid tiers, and 1 long shot.
All right. Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Agreed. Okay. So, with that said, no, I'm not going to go CJ Carr with my second pick. Let's go. Let's go with John Mateer.
Oh.
Screw it.
Oh, I was literally going to grab both my guys. Pause. You are evil, evil man. All right, that's fair. Healthy Mateer is a scary person.
Yes, I'm with you. We both had Heisman tickets on him last year. I think you even had 2 Heisman tickets on him. I will have a future on him again.
Yes. Yep. So with that being said, I'll take Jeremiah Smith.
Mm-hmm.
It was between him and Sayin, and I just think that the name may carry more weight.
Smith?
Yes. If he's able to put up even a similar to his other same name guy, Devontae.
Mm-hmm.
The last Heisman wide receiver, if you don't count Travis Hunter. I mean, he won it as a two-way.
Yeah. If you don't count the other wide receiver. Yeah.
And cornerback, two-way.
It's true.
It's like, what would you count Charles Woodson as?
A DB.
Yeah.
But Travis Hunter actually played fucking offense all the time.
Oh, my God. Pull up stats.
Just watch ball once.
All right. And for my wraparound pick here, a lot of names out here to go grab. Ooh. Couple names pop out in the mid section. Let me grab a name right on the tier that was very popular last year and fell off. Give me Damon Williams, Washington.
Yeah, really good pick, man.
It's my first mid-tier pick.
Saga Patele.
Okay, 80. I have him 80-1. So mid-tier falls under.
Yep, the California quarterback. Give me him, please. And with my second selection, also in the mid-tier group, give me Ahmed Hardy, Mizzou.
Okay. What odds do you have him at?
So I just have Fanatics pulled up because Hard Rock doesn't offer awards. Go figure. So I got Hardy at 80-1.
All right. I have him at 100-1 on DraftKings, so right on the edge. So if you want to take him at mid-tier, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think we said 40 to 100 and then anything above 100.
Okay.
All right. Great picks there, Alex. So my final 2 picks here. Ooh. So many big names. I think, let's see. Got guys like Mestamaker. But I'm going to talk about a guy. I'm going to take a guy that we didn't talk about at all, but should have hell of a season after a true freshman year. Give me the Bear Bachmeyer. Going to have a strong team around him. Some are saying Sataki's best team ever at BYU.
Yep.
And so I think he could be the beneficiary there, 55-1. And then my long shot will be, talked about him. No, don't want him. Was going to take Calandria at Nebraska. Talked about Nebraska having a path.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pass on him. And I'm going to take. This is tough, Alex. This is tough. So many names down here that are worth a little bit of a squeeze.
Yep.
How about. Oh, he's 100. That's mid-tier. Fuck. Give me CJ Bailey, 130-1.
Yeah, it's a good pick. I have my eye on him as well. We've talked about Bailey a lot. We clearly both like him. For my long shot pick, at 150-1, let's go with Ryan Williams, wide receiver, Alabama.
Could you please put some respect on his name, please?
I'm sorry. What happened?
He's hyphenated now. Ryan Coleman Williams.
My apologies to Mr. Coleman Williams. Yeah. Yep.
Now that would be an all-time ticket. 200-1 on DraftKings if you want to send me that, because can't be giving away 50 basis points there.
I wonder what his odds were last year going into the season.
Way higher than that. Pretty sure he was the second wide receiver.
Right.
I think him and Jeremiah Smith were pretty close.
That's kind of my point. Obviously, I understand the quarterback's no longer there, but it's kind of my point.
And they're in a situation. That's why we didn't talk about Alabama in the quarterback room. They also not picked a quarterback, and they've got 2 players there, Keelan Russell and Austin Mack. And what have we always said? When you have 2 quarterbacks, you have 0.
I think we started that.
I think so.
Well, this was fun.
Well, you have to finish your last guy. Oh, no. Wait, yeah, you do.
No, they're all picked, man.
Okay, so why don't you rehash your players, and then I'll rehash mine, and we'll get out of here.
Yes, sir. So I went with Arch Manning and John Mateer is my favorites. And as far as my mid-level goes, I went with Ahmed Hardy, and I went with Sagapatule, right?
Yep.
From Cal. And then Ryan Williams is my long shot. Ryan Coleman Williams is my long shot.
Wonderful.
You're welcome.
Yes. And then mine, I took Jeremiah Smith and Jaden Maivia. I took Bear Bachmeyer. And then also took. Who did I take in that second tier? Oh my gosh. Really liked him then. Oh, Damon Williams.
Yeah.
And then CJ Bailey as well. So I just stuck with quarterbacks. I think we each had. No, you had 2 positional players in Mod Hardy and Ryan Coleman Williams, and then I just took Jeremiah Smith up top. But obviously going to be quarterback heavy and a quarterback award. So,
yeah. Look, we talked ball today. If you're still listening, hopefully this got the juices flowing a bit. You're like, oh, yeah, that guy. Oh, yeah, that dude. Oh, yeah, that coach.
Yeah. And you're like, how the fuck could they not pick X? I agree. We're idiots. And how the fuck does Xander believe in Wisconsin? And I agree. Clip me to death on that one. But if I am right, that'll be an all-timer calling out. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Remember when I had Wisconsin as my best bet last year, plus 11.5 against Washington in Madison? It won outright. What was the score? 13-10. Just a gritty performance.
That's what those Badgers do. Badger, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Next up is Group of 5 talk. We're going to condense that into an episode. Pick out some favorite guys, pick out some favorite teams. Pac 8 is represented in the Group of 5 these days. Then next week, we'll really be hammering home Power 4 guys, Power 4 teams, more positional players. Really looking forward to diving in. And then the week after that, we will be DEFCON, whatever they call it, DEFCON 5, because we'll have college football at the end of that recording.
Yep. This was fun, man. We'll get together soon.
Always a pleasure, Mr. Mayor. It's always a pleasure.
Likewise. Thank you all for listening. We'll see you soon. Until next time, goodbye.
Love you.